All right, guys. I've just gotten finished taking all my pictures, and what I want to do now is get all my pictures from my camera onto my student drive, and also make sure that they are on my Google Drive as an extra backup. Now, for this particular project, this happens to be for stop motion, so I'm going to treat it like that. So first thing is to first slide this door open on your camera and pop it up. Take out your SD card, it's spring loaded, and so take that out. And you're gonna have a port on the left side of your main monitor for this SD card. This side with the label should be facing you. So I'm gonna slide this into the SD card port. There we go. And what I'm gonna do is go to this PC or my PC, whatever it's labeled on your computer. And I'm going to go to where this says SDHC Canon right here. This is your SD card. So I'm accessing the files on this and this first folder. And if you don't see your icons like this, then be sure that you have this selected right here, this large icon for displays items by using large icons. So you can do that right there. Otherwise, it's going to look like this, and you're not really going to be able to see your images if it's all like that. So open this up. Make sure that the images that you are taking are in fact your images. There's no need to record or save other people's images. So that's what you want to do. So in this example right here, since there's images that were left on this camera, I'm just going to use that as an example. So what I want to do is take all of these pictures here. This is my day's work for shooting today. And let's take them and start to save them all. So I'm going to select the first one here. I can either drag select over all of them, or there's some that you don't need. You can hold control and select certain ones that you know that you want to keep and not worry about the ones that you don't want to keep. So I can be selective about it. Or I can just select the first one and hit Control A, and it will select all of them just like that. What I want to do now is take these, and I don't need them on this card anymore, so I'm going to go to Cut. And I now want to take these and move them over to my student drive first. So I'm going to go to my student drive, which is your H drive. It should say H on the end of it with your name on it. And I'm going to go to a folder. Hopefully you have already set up for this class. So Animation 1 right here is what I'm looking for. I have a folder right here that you should probably have named after your studio name that you came up with as a team. So I'm going to open that up. And I have a day 1 folder already set up here. If I need to create a new folder for today's shoot, I'm going to go to New Folder right here, or I can right click and go to New Folder, and I'll say this is day 2. All right, so I'm going to open up day 2, and remember I have taken all of those images from the other drive, from this right here. So from here, I went in and I did Control A, and then right click, and I'm going to do is cut, right? So you've done that. So now it should be ready to go. Studio name, day 2, and I'm going to go to paste. And what it's going to do is start to download all those images that I've just cut from one, and now I'm pasting it into here. Make sure everything looks right. All my images look good. Perfect. Now, this is great, but sometimes this is not always a reliable source. Sometimes these student drives the network is being worked on. So what I'm going to do now is take these images, and I'm going to do the same thing, Control A. This time, instead of cutting them from this folder, I'm going to go to Copy. And actually, to make it even easier, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to open up my Google Drive, and I'm going to go to Animation 1 folder. Hopefully you have something like that set up. I'm going to go to my studio name. Hopefully you have that set up already as well. Day 1 is right here. If I want to create a new folder, I can right click New Folder, call this Day 2, create, open this folder up. What I'm going to do here is minimize this window like that. And with all of these images, actually, I'm going to minimize this one too. So I have two small windows here. And if I want recording on my screen here, I would use probably my two monitors. Kind of comes in handy. So I'm going to take all of these images right here, and I'm just going to take them and drag them all over to my day 2 folder and drop it. It's going to take some time for that to download all of those images. So I'll wait for that to finish. All right, so for sake of this being an example, I went ahead and finished. Let's say that these are all the images that I took for day 2. What you want to make sure of now is that your folder is shared with everyone on your team, and they have access to take those images as well, just in case someone in the team is not there. So go to your studio name folder and be sure that you have shared that, and that makes sure everything within that folder is going to be shared among your team. So that would be the wisest thing to do for sharing and taking images and storing them on both your student drive and your Google Drive. So that's pretty much it for now. Next one we'll get into is how we're going to take these images and then put them into a movie format. So we'll see you next time.